Today I'm tying a Stillwater Nymph. That's me, Lance. I'm the creator of this channel and your normal, average, everyday guy who loves to tie flies. And today I'm going to tie a Stillwater Nymph in awesome Stillwater Damsel Nymph pattern. If you are new to my channel, click subscribe and hit the bell to stay notified of updates to my channel. That's me. And this is my vise. A size 10 TMC 5262 is the hook that my jaws get to eat for the Stillwater Nymph we are going to tie today. For weight, let's break off a couple inches of .015 lead wire from the spool. Next, we will wrap 6 wraps of lead wire to the middle of the hook shank and break the tag ends off the fly with our fingernails. The thread we will use for the Stillwater Nymph is olive 6/0 UNI-Thread. Begin wrapping the thread just behind the eye of the hook. After the thread has been secured to the hook, cut the tag end of thread off the fly. Continue wrapping the thread down the shank over the lead wire and down the bend of the hook. For the next step, we need to take an olive marabou feather and carefully pull the fibers from the stem. We do this by grasping the tip of the feather in one hand and using the other hand to splay out the fibers so that they are away from the stem of the feather. Then, while holding the feather tips, gently pull a small bundle of feathers off the stem. Place the butts of the feathers that were just pulled from the stem on top of the butts of the fibers that are still on the stem and pull another clump from the stem of the feather. Repeat this process until we have a nice roll of marabou fibers. Now, let's measure this bundle of marabou fibers to 1½ hook shanks long. Using a pinch wrap, secure these fibers to the hook at the point just measured on the marabou. Continue securing the bundle to the hook until there is about 1/8 of an inch of tightly wrapped thread holding the marabou in place. Fold the marabou butts towards the back of the fly and wrap over the 1/8 inch band of thread. This should make the marabou fibers lay toward the back of the fly. Then bring the thread to behind the lead wire. Unwind a bit of brassy copper ultra wire from the spool. Put the tip of the wire against the near side of the hook shank, just behind the lead wire, and secure it in place with a tight wrap to thread. Continue wrapping the thread around the wire and the hook shank down to where the thread ends at the back of the fly. Next, we need some bronze Peacock Simi-Seal dubbing, which I will pull from one of my dubbing boxes. Then we'll twist the dubbing to the thread and wrap it around the hook shank until all the dubbed thread has been wrapped around the shank of the fly. Repeat this process over and over until the dubbed thread has been wrapped approximately 1 eye length behind the eye. Now we need an orange Grizzly saddle hackle. I am using a Whitting 100 saddle and will pull a feather from the cardboard and tie it in at the tip first at the head of the fly. Wrap the hackle 4 or 5 times around the hook evenly, spacing the wraps to the back of the fly. After wrapping the final wrap of hackle at the bend of the hook, use the wire to secure the hackle to the fly. As you wrap the rib up the fly, weave the wire back and forth to help the wire seat onto the fly without compressing too many hackle fibers to the hook shank. Tie off the rib with a few thread wraps when the wire reaches about 1 eye length behind the eye. After the wire has been tied off, helicopter the wire until it breaks away from the fly. After you tie off the ribbing, trim the tag end of the hackle. Now use your snips to trim the hackle fibers from the top of the fly. Next, take the butt ends of the marabou fibers that are hanging off the back of the fly into a bundle. Don't grab the marabou tips into this bundle. Pick them out if necessary. Fold this bundle over the body of the fly. Pinch the marabou with your index finger and thumb of your non-bobbin hand. Wrap thread around the marabou and hook to secure the fibers in place. Now pull the butt ends of the marabou fibers straight up and without cutting the thread, cut the fibers at the hook. Build a small head of thread to lock everything in place and then whip finish the fly. Carefully cut the thread off the fly. Using a bodkin, apply a coat of Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails to the head of the fly. I really like the marabou back of the Stillwater Nymph. I think it really helps with the overall appearance. Tell us in the comments below what your favorite pattern that utilizes marabou is. Make sure to click subscribe to get more of my videos in the future. If you have any questions or comments about tying the Stillwater Nymph, please leave them in the comments below. If you want to learn how to tie flies, be sure to check out my tying demos playlist at the right. Or if you prefer, below you can find what YouTube recommends for you to watch from my channel. Thanks for watching. Go tie some Stillwater Nymphs, fish them, and let us know how you did.